Okay, today's project, we built a little bracket to hook the logs up a little higher on the back of this bulldozer. He's been pulling them from the drawbar, and it's just a little bit too low. And when he turns and stuff like that, the logs get caught on the tracks and try to carry around on the tracks and cause him some trouble. So it ain't quite like a winch, but it'll kind of help him in what he's doing. They're bunching logs with it before the skidder, so the skidder would just be skidding logs. You know, it'd have a hitch back in the woods ready to go. Come back to the woods, grab that, and just keep going. And they would just move little short trips with the skid or the dozer, if that makes any sense.
Okay, so there's the plate that would hook to the back of the dozer. And then we used a piece of 6x6 angle. And then we were using some pieces in there for gussets or spreaders or whatever. And we put a couple pieces down there in the bottom and a gusset. Same with over here. And then we put a piece on the front here with some chain slots so you can put the chains in there. And then we put some how do you move this stuff? Put some holes in the bottom so you could run the choker down through there, and if you need to, there's a little pocket to put it in, but if it's too long you could run her down through. And then that's pretty much that. A little drawing of it so we could send that to the customer, get approval on that. Customer, right? And then there's that. There's the drawing for that. Gives you the slot. Okay, we're going to attempt to cut 4 holes in the bottom of that angle iron. Let's see how that works out. Okay, we're cutting out some more parts for the dozer hitch, or whatever the hell you want to call the thing. These are out of 1/2 inch plate. The other stuff we cut out of 3/8. Okay, we've been working on Joey's little, I don't know what it is. It's a little thing to put on his dozer to pull logs with, I guess. Want something to hook a little higher up on his tractor to keep the butts of the logs pulling off a little bit. I guess they're using this dozer to bunch with in front of the skidder so they can pre-bunch in the woods and then have a nice hitch ready to go, and the guy just hauls ass back out to the road. But I don't know what they're doing for sure. But we got the holes, let the chain go through, or the leaves fall out of it, or we'll water drain out of it. And we'll have some braces in there like this. There'll be a piece on the front, of course, but Got all the holes drilled. They matched up pretty nice. That doesn't happen every time. So we'll keep going. We got the little dozer hitch, or whatever you want to call it, made up. This will be where it bolts onto the back of the tractor to the yellow plate that we used as a pattern for the bolt holes. And then you'll have 4 places to rig a chain in, and then that just chain slips in there like that. Kind of comes out a little harder when it goes in, but drops right in there. It's like it should. And we got holes in the back to run the choker down through in case the choker's real long and it piles up here and your chain don't fit down in the slot. So, got to paint her up, put a tow hook on the back for whatever, I don't know why, because we had 3 of them hooks to do something with. So welded one on there. So we'll put a little paint on that baby and ship it. Gotta do a little grinding on there and stuff like that, but pretty much done. We'll get paid on that project. We'll go buy some groceries. Okay, do a little grinding and sanding on it. We're gonna throw a little paint on it just for good measures. Hide some bad welds maybe. There's the bottom side. We included a little hook in there. And we're going to throw some paint on there. Okay, if you want to do a real crummy job of painting, you got to get yourself some of these industrial grade chip brushes from Harbor Freight. You buy like 36 of them in a box for like $10. Price of like half the price of one good brush. And you paint it up with that using some 25-year-old Rust-Oleum paint that you bought when you were a kid. And you paint it up with that. And the more you paint, the more the bristles fall out of the brush. So it kind of gives it a durable finish, kind of like fiber and concrete, the bristles of the brush. But we're going to call that Project Macaroni. We're going to fill out the bill now. See what we can trade up for.
Okay, there's a finished product ready for Joey to pick up. And then Joey sent me a picture after he got it mounted up on a dozer. He was all happy with it, so that's all that counts. We'll move on to the next project.
Okay, we got a super hot project here. Caterpillar D4B. Got a winch on it. Got a DuPont overhaul on it. Looks pretty nice till you really start looking at her close. Start looking at it and see this old piece of plate all up in through here. The piece that's been welded on, you can see that's just all pitted like it was a piece of junkyard plate. Halfway decent repair by the looks of it. It hasn't broke, but it's relatively new paint job on it too, because Finklestein hasn't even wore the friggin' paint off the blade yet. So I don't know what the hell he's been doing with it, but he ain't been doing much. And of course, yeah, he's been pushing back brush, so he's got the friggin' lights knocked out of it already. And I notice this is all been super cobulated with some plates on the side and doodle-doo. I don't know where he got this or how long he's had it. He had a 450 John Deere C that had no second gear. I mean, upholstery guy, I've been waiting for that to get that. But anyhow, what it's here for is up in here is the fuel tank. And apparently we was doing something stupid, and which is kind of how it would work. Stick or something went up in there, kind of like this, getting carried around, broke the valve off the tank. We didn't have to get tied into fixing that, at least. Grateful for that, but you want some covers to go on there. There's this side, and we got this side. I guess that's the drain for the hydraulic oil tank. At least that's what he tells me. Who the hell knows what it really is for? So we gotta come up with something. Don't really think too much could get up in there, but I guess lots of cover, we'll make a cover. So this is a cover we come up for this side. You gotta be careful. We can't stick too far up in there because we hit our drain plug there. So this will just slide in there between the thickness of the material, and then that'll squish down and clamp the little cover in place. See if we can fit it in there with one hand. Okay, that should keep shit from getting up in that hole. There's the cover we made for this side. We got two little doodads. These will keep the doodads from spinning. These little bars, they'll stiffen it up just a little bit, and it kind of keeps it centered in the hole.